Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Leonard, and today I'll be finally talking about all the books I read in 2022. So I know I am a lot late for this trend, but my semester has just ended and I have been sick, so now it's the only time that I have to record this video. So I'll be first going to talk about the physical books I read, and then I'll talk about all the ebooks that I read. Started the year by reading A Slow Fire Burning by Paula Hawkins. Fun fact, Paula Hawkins is like one of my favorite authors. I don't remember the rating, but I think I gave it maybe like 3 stars, 3.5, I don't really remember. This book is a mystery thriller. Next, I was on my Stephen King time, whatever, and so I read The Shining, followed by Dr. Sleep. I had already watched the movie of The Shining and it was boring as fuck. Sorry. I preferred the second book. I gave it, I think, 3 or 3.5 and 4, something like that. Then I read a book. This is like my guilty pleasure. Ever since I was a child, I love reading these books. I think they're called I read them in Portuguese, and they are my comfort books. Whenever I'm feeling sad, I read one of these books, and so yeah, I read the Number 13. Then I read The People in the Trees by Hani Yanagihara because I had read A Little Life in 2021. And that book scarred me, but I loved it. So this book was really boring. I felt it was really repetitive, and so I think I gave it like 2 stars. But I think I'm going to give it now like 1.5. I read One of Us Is Next by Karen McManus. Exactly, Karen and McManus. And this one is the second to the One of Us Is Lying. I think I give this book 4 stars, I'm not really sure. Then I read The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I did not get the end of this book. I I sometimes felt a little bit out reading this book. I think I gave it 3 stars. Then I read Twisted Love by Hannah Wong, and here was where my love for the Twisted series began. This one's about Alex and Ava. Wow, I'm remembering the names. I'm proud of myself. And it's brothers, best friend, enemies to lovers. I gave it 3.5 stars. But yeah, next. Plain Bad Heroines by Emily M. Danforth. And this book is just a mess. I gave it 2 stars. But I'm honestly going to give it 1.5 stars because this book was just all over the place. An interrogation mark on my brain. That's how I can describe this book on my brain. It's a whole interrogation mark. Then I read Twisted Games by Hannah Wong, and this one is the second of the Twisted series. Obviously, this one is about Bridget and Rise. So far, this one is my favorite. I don't think I gave it 5 stars, but this is not a 5 stars, it's a 4.5 stars. Then I read Words in Deep Blue by Kath Crowley. I gave it 5 stars. Next, I read ACOTAR, so A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. And I think I gave it 3.5 stars. It's fantasy, romance, which I don't know. I'm waiting for the second one because everyone says that the second one is the best one, so I'm waiting for the second one. Next, I read Family of Liars by E. Lockhart, which is the second one of the We Were Liars, but it's actually like a prequel to We Were Liars. I think I gave it 3 stars. Then I read Twisted Hate, also by Anna Wong. And this one is the third one, and this one's about Josh and Jules, and it's enemies to lovers. This book was being my favorite of all 3, but then like on the last 100 pages, Josh did something that I was just like, nope, nope, I hate you, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to read about you, I don't want Jules to end up with you. And so I don't even think I ever did this book because I was so mad at Josh. I mean, I'm still upset with him. I know he's a fictional character, I know. Then I read My Policeman because of my baby Harry. I will give it that. I'm going to give it like 3.5 stars because I think it tells a story that it's important for people to read and to have a better understanding of what it was like to have a different sexuality. Next, I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, and I love this book. I gave it, I don't know if I gave it 4.5 or 5 stars. I need to give this book 5 stars. Chef's kiss, chef's kiss. Then I read Bunny by Mona Awad, and this book, again, like Women Bad Heroines, is a whole question mark on my brain. 2 stars. 1.5. 2 stars. 2 stars. Then I read Good Girl, Bad Blood, which is the second one of the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy, and this one I think I gave 4.5 stars. Okay, and these were all the physical books I read in 2022. Now, onto the ebooks that I read. Children of the Corn by Stephen King on my Stephen King era. This one is a short story. I gave it 3 stars. I also read The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald because I wanted to read a classic and it was horrible. Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. This book, oh my god, I love this book. It's traumatizing. Look up trigger warnings. But it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Chef's kiss. Okay, then I read Not Quite Nice, or Nice, I think it's Nice, by Celia Imrie. And this book is, you know, those murder mystery movies that go on Fox Live. It's like that. I think I gave it like 3 stars. Then I read Verity by Colleen Hoover. It was my first Colleen Hoover book. I wasn't expecting it. I loved it. I read it in a single sitting. Really liked it. I still want to read the extra epilogue that came out a couple months ago. Then I read all the Heartstoppers, like the 4 Heartstoppers. I loved the first 2. The other 2, like 3 and 4, I felt they were a little bit heavier. The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. It was entertaining. I feel that book is a little bit overhyped. I think I gave it 4 stars. Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. Did not like that book at all. 2 stars. No thank you. Then I read The Cousins by Karen M. McManus. It reminded me of We Were Liars. I think I gave it 3 stars. Then I read all of the Mindfuck books. I liked that series as a whole, but Luke did something on the 4th book, I think, on the ending of the 4th book that reminded me of what Josh did, and that's why I hate Josh, and that's why I hate Luke, and that's why the Mindfuck series doesn't have like 5 stars. I think it's on 4 stars, the entire series. Then I read 1,000 Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole. This book destroyed me. I was crying the entire book pretty much. 4 stars, I think. Long shot, but please read the trigger warnings first. And don't be mistaken by the Hawkeye on the cover. I read Normal People by Sally Rooney. Did not like that book. I have already watched the TV show. 2 stars. I read The Summer I Turned Pretty, the entire series. I did not like it. I was bored. I mean, I know it's young adult, but still, like, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder is also young adult, and I loved it. Then I read Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. This one is... it's a tough romance. It's age gap, and she basically gets with her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend's dad. Read The Silent Patient by Alex something Michaelides. Gave it 3 stars. I was expecting a lot better. Then I read 28 Summers by Ellen Hildebrand. Cried my eyes out with this book. 3 stars. Then I read The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. I actually really like this book. I read Too Late by Colleen Hoover. This book stressed me. Read the trigger warnings first if you want to read this book, and it's maybe like a 2.5 stars. Read 14 Ways to Die by Vincent Rolfe. I think I gave it 3.5 stars or something like that. It's another YA mystery thriller. The Exec, which I DNF'd at like 78%. Read The Deal, the first one. I had already read it like in 2021, and so I just ended the year with The Deal. Actually, I DNF'd 2 books also last year. I DNF'd the first one of the selection. Then I also DNF'd Balance, which is the first one of the Off Balance series. Also, it's a sports, romance, and but yeah guys, those were all the books I read last year. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!